Here to weigh in on this is radiologist at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, Dr. Nicole Saphier. Good morning to you, Dr. Saphier.
Good morning.
Okay, so this is a genetic test. It was just approved by the FDA to determine if you're susceptible to certain diseases. Is this a good thing?
You know, there's really not a right or wrong answer here, and that's the great thing about this. This is just debatable. We can argue both sides of the equation. Being at a cancer center, we do a lot of genetic testing under the guidance of professional genetic counselors and physicians. You know, if you were to, should you have access to information about your body? Absolutely. I mean, I don't want to withhold that. Just the same as you can get your family tree online, Ancestry.com, wonderful things. And you should have information. However, what you're going to do with the information is where I get a little concerned as a healthcare professional. You open up a piece of paper and all of a sudden it tells you you have an increased risk of having a carrier for a mutation for Gaucher's disease. What do you do with that information? Do you know what that is?
No, what is Gaucher's disease?
So I know what that is, but when you consult Dr. Google, you're going to find out that there's a very rare form of it that may be lethal to your potential unborn child by the age of 2.
Okay.
And that's going to scare you.
There are 10 different diseases that can be tested for. I think we have a list of those diseases. I don't know what most of these are. I know you know what all of them are, but the first 3 are familiar: Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and celiac disease. The rest of them, Gaucher's on the list. But you're saying folks will find out whether or not they're susceptible to these diseases. If they are, they're going to go on Google and find out information about it. That's not necessarily correct.
Sure, and you know, so Alzheimer's disease, late-stage Alzheimer's, meaning you get after 65. Everyone knows what that is.
Do you really want to know that you're going to have that?
You get the risk. You say, okay, I'm at an increased risk for that. I don't have a magic pill to give you at this time that's going to prevent that. The best I can tell you for the majority of those diseases is healthy lifestyle, good dietary choices, and just not having a sedentary lifestyle. But now you're going to have this information. What am I going to do with it? And if you notice, nothing on that list is cancer risk. Most people want to know cancer risk. With the popularity of the BRCA genes and preventative surgeries to decrease risk of cancer, this test is not showing you that. There's nothing about that. When it comes to cancer risk, screening cancers for those who are at higher risk, if I find those cancers earlier, then that may save your life. That is a positive thing, and that's why we absolutely want to screen those at high risk for cancer.
Are there positives to this?
Sure. Having knowledge when you're planning a family. If in your family, if you do have a mutation and your spouse has a mutation, there is a small chance that the 2 of you can pass that down to your child. But this should all be done under the guidance of genetic counselors, your OBGYNs. Having this information on your own, although great and powerful, I just don't want you to misinterpret it.
Yeah, some people are looking at this information according to the studies, and they're deciding not to have kids because they're susceptible to Alzheimer's or to Parkinson's. And in those cases, you shouldn't make your family choices or family planning based on this information, right?
Everything's a personal decision, but you really should talk to some professionals, people who can really help you dive through the data and talk to you about your choices.
Okay, good deal. Dr. Saphier, thank you.
Thank you.